Hey everyone, welcome to Craft Central Designs. For today's tutorial, I have for you this beautiful Valentine's Day door swag created utilizing primarily Dollar Tree materials. If you enjoy this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not currently a subscriber, I hope you will become one today. Let me show you how I created this Valentine's Day door swag hanger. I have here a gnome, I guess it's a ground stake meant to press into the ground, but I'm going to use it as a door swag. And I got that from Dollar Tree. This deco mesh I did purchase at Hobby Lobby. It's my favorite deco mesh, but you could as well use deco mesh from the Dollar Tree. I would say for this piece, if you're going to use deco mesh from the Dollar Tree, I would purchase around 4 rolls for that to really fill it up. I have here some mesh tubing in red and white, purchased from the Dollar Tree. And the red deco mesh, I'll be using that for creating bundles as well. Again, they have red deco mesh at the Dollar Tree. All of these picks I purchased at the Dollar Tree. I use a variety of different types of picks, different shaped hearts, etc., just to have some visual interest on the piece. That ribbon there, one of them is from the Dollar Tree. Now those spools of ribbon from the Dollar Tree are only 3 yards, so it does create a nice base for a bow, or if you want a smaller bow, you could create that with one spool of ribbon from the Dollar Tree. My ribbon is from Hobby Lobby, but they do have some really pretty Valentine's Day ribbons, including those narrow ribbons that I just showed you. Those are really beautiful ones that they have at the Dollar Tree. And I have here some red pipe cleaners. I prefer to buy my pipe cleaners at Hobby Lobby. As you can see, they're very thick and plush, and I really love a substantial, firm pipe cleaner, but they do have pipe cleaners at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start applying these pipe cleaners to the stick part of my sign. I'm going to apply them, staggering them, going down the stick. I place one off to the left side, then I wrap one right around the center. Or actually, I'm sorry, to the other side. Now this one's going to the center. So I kind of follow that pattern, side to side and center, side to side and center. All that really matters is that you have a number of pipe cleaners. I want to say every inch and a half on the stick, so that when you create your poofs going down the stick for the base of your door swag, so that you have a place to attach them to the stick. So I just follow this basic pattern. You could do it however you like. Like I said, all that really matters is that you have enough pipe cleaners to attach all of your deco mesh, and then later those will also serve to attach some of your little decorative bundles and other embellishments. I think I had around 10 pipe cleaners, maybe 12. Like, as I said, just fill it up, going down your stick. I presume this is meant to actually be stuck into the ground, but it works great for a door swag. So here we go. And we're going to be applying white deco mesh for the basic bed, if you will, of the swag. And it doesn't matter that it's red pipe cleaners. It's going to be poking up through the white deco mesh, because eventually, and you'll see this in the end, none of those pipe cleaners will be seen. Now, I do go down my stick and just give each of those pipe cleaners just a little dab of glue, just so they don't slide around on that stick there. I do try and firmly attach them by twisting the pipe cleaner, but the glue also helps, really, especially down there at the bottom, just to help keep those in place. Now I'm going to start attaching my deco mesh. I absolutely love this deco mesh from Hobby Lobby. I always wait until it's 40% off and then I purchase it. But this looks especially pretty as a poof, if you will. So I'm going to work with around, I want to say 7 to 8 inch sections. That's going to be creating each poof. Yeah, that's around 8 inches there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the top. It doesn't really matter if you start at the top or at the bottom. This is really a very easy process. So you just create a poof around 8 inches of that deco mesh. Bring it together to create your poof. Take your pipe cleaners and just attach it to your stick. And you're basically just going to go down the stick, just creating a bed of deco mesh. And on top of this deco mesh, all the embellishments will be placed, the glitter hearts, the bow, some smaller bundles that are going to be in red and white deco mesh, some mesh tubing. And like I said, don't worry about those red pipe cleaners poking up through that white deco mesh. You'll never see them in the end. So I just go down my swag, creating poofs just to fill it up. I want to say I used maybe half a roll of this deco mesh. Doesn't take a lot because of all the other embellishments and additions to the door swag. So I go all the way down this stick until I get to the bottom, and then I work my way back up, filling in any areas that need just a little extra poof to it. As you can see, this is a very easy process. Just give it a couple of twists and it's attached. 8 inches, create a poof, find a pipe cleaner, wrap the pipe cleaner around a couple of times, a little twist, and it's very easy to do this. I go all the way down to the bottom, and like I said, then I go back up the swag stick, just filling in and, creating a nice shape for the base of my door swag. This deco mesh with the striped edging really makes a beautiful poofs or scrunches. It's just the most beautiful. It's a beautiful mesh. I just fan out my poofs with my fingers. Now I'm pretty much at the bottom of my swag, so I'm going to take a look at it and just make sure that the stick is not showing on the bottom, that you extend your last poof on the bottom so as to cover up that stick. Take a look at your swag, see where you need to add some poofs or some volume with your deco mesh. And you will have a lot of pipe cleaners poking out everywhere. But again, you're going to be using those pipe cleaners, and in the end, you're never going to see them. Now I'm just taking a look at it, seeing where I need to add, oops, I'm sorry, a little bit out of frame there. And now I'm going to start working my way back up the stick. Good heavens, sorry about that. Oh, shoot. Oh, my goodness. I'm a little bit, must have been very engrossed in what I was doing and didn't happen to notice that I'm like way up there on the top of my frame. But I'll be back in just a second here. Okay, so I start at the very base of my door sign, which is the gnome. I try not to cover up the feet, but as much as I can, I just work my way up and down, creating a nice foundation or a nice bed for all my embellishments. I was trying to create the effect that the gnome is standing in kind of like a field of deco mesh. And you can see here I'm working my way back up, creating my poofs. Make it as full as you want. Stop when you're ready if you think you have enough. And as I go, I fan out those poofs a little bit with my fingers. And there you have it. Now on the back, it's going to look a little bit crazy. You can always cover that up with felt if the back bothers you. Now I'm going to create about 6 deco mesh bundles. And this, I believe, I did in the woodland method, just to try and minimize some of the fraying. But I'm only going to use 2 pieces per bundle. So I just roll it up about 2.5 times, scrunch it, roll it up on the end. Now this is deco mesh from the Dollar Tree. So anytime you're working with that type of deco mesh, you can almost do it with one hand because it's a very thin deco mesh. I'm going to place these 2 bundles together to create one bundle of 1 piece of red and 1 piece of white. And this is where I'm going to start adding in my red elements on this piece. I use a half of a pipe cleaner, wrap it around to secure those 2 deco mesh pieces together. And then I'm just going to start inserting them around the piece. I believe I used 6. And I use those pipe cleaners that are already on there to attach those bundles. And I'm just going to go up and down that deco mesh and just pop in some of those bundles for color. I'm going to show you one more time how I did that. I cut my pieces in 16 inches. Now this is a 6-inch wide deco mesh. So I roll it up, attach a clip, make sure the curled side is facing up, roll the other side about 2.5 times, go up it, scrunch it up with my fingertips, use the clip to hold it while I create my other piece of deco mesh. Roll that up. You can use clips. These are very helpful. They have these at Dollar Tree. Roll it up, and then we're going to place those two little bundles together. Wrap a half a pipe cleaner around there. Using that woodland method does help. You will have some fraying. I just go around in the end when I'm all finished with the piece and just trim up and pull away any of those little frayed edges. You're going to get that with Dollar Tree deco mesh, so it's inevitable but easy to take care of. Now, as you can see, that deco mesh with the stripes that came from Hobby Lobby, you can see where that really adds visual interest to the piece. So I highly recommend that deco mesh for wreath making. Also for table centerpieces, it's beautiful. So I'm just going to go around and apply my bundles, and I've done so there. Now you can see I'm adding some pops of beautiful red color on the door sway. Now we're going to make a bow. Now I decided to use one of the ribbons from the Dollar Tree. They actually had really pretty Valentine's Day ribbon. They really had some beautiful items to craft with this season at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to make the bow now, and I'm going to make the base of the bow with that red ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's a wired ribbon, 2.5 inches. And as it turned out, it was very suitable. That length of ribbon that came on that spool, which is 3 yards, to create the base of my bow. So I'm just going to create 3 loops on each side using the fold over method. Pinch it in the center, and it's 6 loops all together. I make my tails about 12 inches. I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner, wrap it right down the center, and I was able to create a very nice base for my bow with that Dollar Tree ribbon. You can't really see it very well there, but that ribbon is very pretty, and it has red glitter hearts on it. So it's going to go very well with the sign. Now, I cut my tail a little bit short there, but I'm going to show you. It's very easy to remedy that situation if you happen to cut off or you underestimate the length that you will have for your tail. You can take another piece of ribbon and attach it. I usually do it way up near the base of the bow, or where the gathering is, so it doesn't show. But I just needed a longer tail here, so I have a lot of bow remedies, by the way. I do a lot of bow making and have for many, many years, and I learned how to rectify a lot of situations. So I take a stream of hot glue, and I'm just going to attach it to that really short piece that I have up there by the where the gathering of that bow was, and now I have a new tail. It's very easy to do that, and it's going to be completely hidden under all those loops, that seam. So that works out very well. Now I'm going to take this Hobby Lobby ribbon, again, very pretty ribbon, 2.5 inches, it's wired, and it also has red glitter hearts. Each of the loops of the bows, of the red and the white, are around 10 inches, because I want a pretty bow for this piece of a substantial size. So I'm going to use my same method that I do always use to create my bows. I fold over my loops, pinch it in the center, holding it with my index finger and my thumb, twist my ribbon, fold it over, I'm creating 3 loops on each side. I have multiple bow tutorials. I'm going to urge you to watch them because I do it in a slow, methodical, detailed fashion so that you can learn to create bows like I do. Just going to fluff up my bow, arrange it a little bit. I have 3 loops on each side, as I mentioned. Now I'm going to create 1 single loop to finish off my bow, going right down the center. I just turn that ribbon under, catch it with my thumb there in the center. And now I'm going to take the pipe cleaner from the back, the one I wrapped around to hold all those loops, bring it around the back, give it a couple of good twists. And there I have the top tier to my mixed ribbon bow, which I'm only using 2 ribbons on this one. Sometimes I use 3, sometimes I use 4. I love ribbons. I love beautiful ribbons, and I love making a beautiful bow. So if you would like to learn how to make bows like this, as I mentioned, I have bow tutorials. I'll list a number of them in the description box, and I hope you will take a look at those. So now I'm going to take that top tier using the pipe cleaners that I wrapped around. I'm going to separate my tails, take that pipe cleaner and pop it right down through the center of the tails, bring it around the back. I'm going to match up the centers very well. I want a nice flush application, one bow to the other. So I'm pressing it really tight, and I'm going to twist my pipe cleaners around the back there a couple of times, and my bow is now 1 solid single piece. And this makes a very pretty bow. I do angle my tails. You could dovetail if you like. Normally, I wait until I have it on my piece to trim the tails. Now, I'm placing this bow not in the center, but slightly off to the right side. I like it at the top. You place yours wherever you like, but I do like it a little bit off center. I put a full-size pipe cleaner through the center of that bow because I felt like I needed a little bit longer of a pipe cleaner, and then I just reached my fingers through the deco mesh to find the stick, and I just wrapped that pipe cleaner around the stick, and now my bow is attached. I angled my tails there, as you can see. Later on, I do ripple my tails a little bit, turn the ends up. It looks really pretty like that. Now I'm going to make a few mesh tubing bundles. I made 6 bundles, and I do this very simply by creating 2 figure eights. I leave a little bit of a tail because I do like those little tails poking up through the deco mesh. Now I'm just going to add some red, and I'm going to do 2 figure eights with red mesh tubing. Again, leaving the tails. And I just take half of a pipe cleaner, wrap it around that mesh tubing little bows there, and I create 6 of those, which I will attach with those pipe cleaners that's poking up through the deco mesh. I'll show you one more time. Make a figure 8, make another figure 8, and do the same with the red. Leave a tail, make a figure 8, make another figure 8, and add a pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to go around and distribute those on the piece symmetrically. And very easy to do. I just find the pipe cleaner poking up there as I'm showing you, and I just attach those mesh tubing bundles. And I love mesh tubing bundles on a deco mesh wreath. I trim my tails accordingly, but I do like those tails poking up. Now I'm going to start adding on my embellishments. I do place a larger heart down there at the bottom, and I do glue on all of my hearts with hot glue. I like to tilt my hearts. I don't lay them flat. I kind of poke them in, have them poking up a little bit. I tilt them. I don't like them straight up and down, in other words. So I'm going to go around the wreath, adding on different shaped hearts, anywhere where I feel I need a little something to fill in the color on the swag. Now, one last thing I'm going to do, I wanted to create a little tiny bow and place it at the base of that gnome's balloon. And I used that little narrow ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to make a little tiny bow. I'm going to leave a little bit of tails. I want to say about 2.5 inches. I'm going to use a little tiny piece of craft wire because this is a very tiny bow. And I'm just creating a little bow that I'm going to hot glue to the base of the balloon, just for a little added something. By the way, this gnome piece did come with a little pink ribbon hanger at the top. I just left that hanger on there. I may later add a red narrow ribbon hanger to that piece. But for right now, I just left the pink one on there. You'll see that. It's a very sheer bow, so you don't really see it very well. But I wrapped the center of that little bow with another little piece of ribbon just to finish it off nicely. In the center, I folded it in half and just hot glued it in the back and just wrapped the center of the bow to hide that wire. And then I just hot glued it on. And that was my little finishing touch for this piece. Now you can see there my little finished bow. All little tiny touches. It might not seem like much at the time that you're doing it, but those little finishing touches really add something to a piece. So I never mind taking the time to create those little last minute touches that finish a piece off. And look how pretty this is. My deco mesh bed embellished with all of my red glitter hearts, my beautiful bow, my nice big chunky heart at the bottom. So pretty. Now I'm just giving you a closer look. There's my little bow. Just a close look at all of those embellishments on there. This one is so pretty. You could display this indoors or out on your front door. See how I rippled the tails of my bow? I love that look on this piece. And here you have an adorable gnome swag for your door. I hope you like this one, and I hope you feel inspired to make it for your own Valentine's Day decor. If you're not currently a subscriber, I hope you will become one and join me for all of my upcoming projects in 2024. Until next time, you all take care.